Hello my dear students and viewers. This is Puranjay Vishwas, Professor and Chairman, Department of English, Dhaka College. I welcome you to my today's lecture. I want to deliver my lecture on the syllabus and marks distribution. I think that at first you should know your syllabus and marks distribution. Before that, I want to tell you that in Corona pandemic, it is Dhaka College for the first time that started taking online class as well as online exam. Under the proper guidance of our Honorable Principal, Professor Nehal Ahmed, the teachers of this college are trying heart and soul to take online classes. And it is Dhaka College that first began taking online exam, particularly on MCQ system. However, you know that this is the day when we have begun our 11th class session 2020 and 21. This is a great step for us on the way of digital Bangladesh as dreamed by our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Our Honorable Education Minister has already declared the opening of 11th class all over Bangladesh, and Dhaka College is always with the students to stand by them. However, I want to focus at first on your syllabus, and please look at the screen. You can see that we welcome you to our Dhaka College in HSC English class, and at first I want to discuss the first paper. In the first paper, total marks 100, and this syllabus is divided into two parts. Part 1 is regarding reading and marks 60, and the second part consists of writing, marks 40, that is total marks 100. And what are the items that we can see in our syllabus? At first, a passage is set from your textbook. We have already given your book list, and I think that you will get your syllabus as well as your book list. And there is a selected book for you, English for today, for 11 and 12 classes. The first passage is taken from your text, and there are some items set on first passage. And what are the items? The first item is MCQ, and you are very much well known to this pattern of question, and there are 5 marks for 5 MCQ. Now, for example, here is an example. Tertiary education refers to, there are 4 options and you have to select the best one out of 4 options. So, on the passage, 5 MCQ questions are set, okay, 5 marks. Then question number 2, comprehension questions, that is open-ended questions. 5 questions are set from that very passage and there are 10 marks, that is each question bears 2 marks. So 5 questions for 10 marks from that passage. Then information transfer or flowchart. This is another item, and for this item you have another passage, that is second passage. It is also a same passage taken from your text, and the item in information transfer is known to you. It was in your SSC syllabus, but flowchart is quite new for you. Now, what is flowchart? How to do a flowchart? All these will be discussed in next classes. Item by item we shall discuss. Just today I want to say your syllabus and marks distribution. So flowchart for 10 marks. Then the next item, summarizing. Another passage is set from your text and you have to write a summary on that same passage, and marks also 10. So you can understand that 3 passages are set from your text. First passage for 15 marks, second passage for 10 marks, and third passage for 10 marks. Altogether 3 scene passages are set. Then there is another item that is called cloze test with clues, and it is for 5 marks. Next item is cloze test without clues, and there are 10 marks for this item, and this item is maybe set from your text or out of your text. There are some gaps in the passage and you have to fill up. Next, rearrange, and this item is also known to you. You have this item in your SSC syllabus. 5, here are 5 items for you. First, paragraph for 10 marks. It may be relevant to your text or not. Next item is completing a story. It was also in your SSC syllabus, and completing a story for 7 marks. Some beginning lines are given and you are to complete the story. Next item is writing informal letters or email, and it is for 5 marks. Then analyzing maps, graphs or charts. It was also in your SSC syllabus. It is for 10 marks. But the last one, that is appreciating short story or poem. This is quite new in this SSC syllabus. From your text or out of your text, a poem may be set, and you have to write the theme of the poem. If it is not poem, a story or some part of a story is set, and you have to appreciate that story, and it is for 8 marks. My dear students, this is our syllabus of first paper. Now I am to shift to the second paper syllabus. My dear students, I shall give you your routine, and each item will be discussed in your next classes. But I want to tell you that you should be very much serious, active, sincere in participating this class. And you must have your khata, your pen, and you should keep all these 3 things always open. Your khata, your pen and your brain. While we discuss, you should follow attentively and write down the important points, and we shall give you also homework. And in this respect, I want to tell you that we have divided your whole syllabus of first year 11th class into 5 parts. I repeat, your whole syllabus of 11th class has been divided into 5 parts, and 5 exams will be held, and each exam for 20 marks, and question must be MCQ. And in the meantime, you have come to know that pass marks in all subjects is 50%. If you don't get 50% marks, you can't pass any exam. Your attendance is also a must. We need 80% attendance. Suppose in online class, we shall also have our way to judge your attendance. So you must be attended to your online classes, follow the lectures of the teacher attentively and seriously, take notes and do homework, and get prepared for the next class. And we shall try to answer your questions. Okay? Now, look at the screen, and you can see your syllabus of second paper. In your second paper syllabus, total marks 100. And in second paper, there are also 2 parts. The first part consists of grammar, and the second part consists of composition. Grammar is for 60 marks and composition for 40 marks. Part A, grammar, marks 60. And what are the items that you can find in the part A? 12 items. First is use of articles, gap filling with articles. Second one, gap filling with prepositions. Third one, gap filling with clues. Some special words and phrases are given in a box and you have to fill up, taking words and phrase from the box, and that is gap filling with clues. And I have mentioned some words and phrases usually set for this item. Now, completing sentences. And completing sentences for 5 marks. 10 sentences are given. Parts of sentences are given and some parts are incomplete. Your duty is to complete the rest parts of the sentences, and usually clauses, phrases and words you are to use to fill up the sentences. Next item is use of verbs, that is right form of verbs. This item is also familiar to you, and this is very important. This is a very important item for you. And right form of verbs you did from I think class 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and in SSC exam you have right form of verbs, and in HSC you have that very item, right form of verbs. And for 5 marks. Another item is changing sentences. This item, this grammatical item is also very much important and common. You had this item in your SSC syllabus. And I want to mention that some sentences are given. For example, assertive sentence is given, you have to change it into interrogative or negative or exclamatory and so on. Simple, compound, complex sentences are given and you have to change degree, voice. All these are the items included in changing, and we shall discuss all these items individually in different classes. Another item is narrative style, that is narration. In your previous syllabus, that is in SSC level, usually direct space are set and you have to change it into indirect space. But in HSC level, you have to learn both the narrative words, that is direct from direct to indirect, again vice versa, from indirect to direct space, and it is for 5 marks. Now number 8, pronoun references. This is a quite new grammatical item for you. It was not in your SSC syllabus, and this item is set on a passage. Usually unseen passage is given. You have to find out the wrong use of pronouns, and then you have to correct the wrong use of nouns or pronouns. It is also called noun-pronoun agreement. Pronoun reference means noun-pronoun agreement. A pronoun must agree with its noun according to number, person, and gender. So this item teaches us how to use pronoun correctly, and for 5 marks. Another new grammatical item is the use of modifiers. It is also new for you. It was not in your previous syllabus of SSC. A passage is given and there are 10 gaps in the passage, and in the bracket direction is given how to fill up and with what you should fill up the gaps. So what is modifier? How many kinds of modifiers? You have to know all this. The use of sentence connectors or linkers, it is also an old item for you. A passage is given with 10 gaps. You have to fill up the 10 gaps using connectors or linkers, and it is for 5 marks. Then use of synonym and antonym. You know that you have weak vocabulary. You should know more and more words. And if you know antonyms and synonyms, you can enrich your store of words. And a passage is set, and 10 words are selected from that given passage, and in the bracket there is direction, either use antonym or synonym. It is also I think it was in your previous syllabus. And the last but not the least is punctuation, and punctuation is for 5 marks. So there are altogether 12 grammatical items in part A, and each item carries 5 marks, altogether 60 marks. Now come to part B, that is composition, and composition for 40 marks. And there are 4 items in this part. And what are those? First, formal letter or email for 8 marks. Then report writing for newspaper, it carries also 8 marks. Paragraphs carries 10 marks. Then free writing, which is called composition or essay. So all these are the items in your syllabus part B. and composition for 14 marks. So far, I have discussed your existing syllabus of first paper and second paper, and you have also come to know the distribution of marks. From the next class, we shall discuss different items individually. In my class, and this is your first English class, some teachers will check all these classes according to a routine. You will get your syllabus for 5 exams. You will get also your online class routine, and I again suggest you to join the online live classes. I have already mentioned that Corona is a blessing in disguise. But why? Corona has taken so many things, lives from us, but it has also given us some merits. And this online class is a gift of Corona, I want to say, because if we were in normal situation, most probably we would not be so much advanced in such kind of online classes and exam. Our Honorable Prime Minister has a dream to digitalize Bangladesh as a modern Bangladesh based on technology, and Dhaka College is trying heart and soul to keep pace with this modernity. Our Honorable Principal Sir, Vice Principal Sir, our teachers are now struggling to overcome all the barriers on the way of education. My dear students, in this context, I want to mention that we have some committees, particularly a committee that you need to know, Mashik Porjobekhon Committee, in short MAPOK. This committee will guide you, and very soon we shall give the committee, and you can find the name of your guide teachers on our Dhaka College page, and you can find who your guide teacher is, and you have to contact with him or her, and a MAPOK teacher will contact you. And we have already mentioned to have a messenger group, 30 students. 30 students will be guided by a MAPOK teacher, and a messenger group would be created between that guide teacher and 30 students. So you are always on close monitoring. You must be serious and sincere from the very beginning. Okay? You will come to know the hard and fast rules and regulations of Dhaka College, and you have to carry out. In this context, I also want to say that you have to see Dhaka College page 3 times a day. I always, in Zoom meeting, I also mentioned you that getting up from bed in the morning, you must see the page. Again in the afternoon, you should again see the page. And before going to bed, you should also see, because each day you must have some important information from your college, from your guide teacher. So, be up and doing. My dear students, that's all for today. See you next. All the best.